This is a tungsten carbide bearing ball, and this little guy will straighten up any warp on your hardened blade. But this little guy cannot do all the work by itself. It is only half the tool I'm going to be introducing you guys to, and the other half is a ball peen hammer. This is a 16-ounce ball peen hammer, and together these guys are going to be one of the greatest tools that you can have in your shop. Now, how does this work? Well, I'm going to put this tungsten carbide ball in this ball peen hammer, and I'm going to be making a straightening hammer. This is a cleaver that I started a few months ago. It's a pretty big boy, but it's also fairly thin, and it's very easy to warp it in the heat treat, and I managed to do just that, especially here on my edge. As you can see, it goes all kinds of ways. So I had to put this project on hold because I didn't have a proper way to straighten it out, since it is such a wide surface and it has so many different warps in it that really it was going to be much of a hassle. So recently I saw a video by Blackbeard Project where he made a carbide tipped ball peen hammer. So I thought, I should do one. Now's a good time since I need to finish this guy. So I ordered this little guy off Amazon, and honestly I hadn't done it before because I figured that these guys were going to be hard to track down, but not really. I have a link in my description if you want to pick one up. I bought a pack of 2 and it ran me about $13. And this ball peen hammer from Harbor Freight ran me $5 or $6. Now if you don't have no Harbor Freight near you, I also have a link to one from Amazon if you want to purchase that, but it is going to be more expensive. But if you have a Harbor Freight near you, I would recommend getting one of these guys. It's a lot cheaper. So in total, this project is going to run me $6 for the hammer and $7 for the tungsten carbide ball. I'm also going to need a 3/8 drill bit that you can get just about anywhere. So I can drill a hole here in the center. Then I'll put it in there with epoxy. Then I'll just peen over the steel. That way it has both a chemical hold and a mechanical hold to hold that ball in there, and we should be good to go. So let's get started on making this guy, and then afterwards I'll show you how and why that can straighten this guy out. All right, guys, I'm going to do a quick announcement. I made a new shorts channel, so I'm not going to be posting shorts on this video anymore. If you don't watch shorts, then you don't care. But for anybody that watches my shorts, I'm going to be putting them in the new shorts channel, which I'll have linked up here or probably in the pinned comments or something. If you want to help support me and help that channel grow, do me a favor. Go down to that link in the pinned comments down below. Go and click on it, subscribe, and watch the shorts on there. I just started the channel, so it has like almost zero traction. So you do me a big favor by going and doing that, and I would really, really appreciate that. All right, so I was testing the carbide ball in there. My hole moved a little bit, but it doesn't really matter because the ball still protrudes out anyway, so it's gonna do the same thing regardless. The only issue is that now it's stuck in there and I can't get it out. So yeah, now I gotta figure out how to get this out so I can put some glue in there. Though, I mean, doesn't seem to come out. Regardless, I might just super glue it in there if I can't get it out, but I'm gonna try to get it out. That way we can epoxy it in there. Doesn't really matter what glue I use because it's always gonna be worked on cold, so it just needs to hold it in place. Well, I tried. I wasn't able to get it off, so I'm just gonna put it in with super glue for now. And if it ever does decide to come out, I'll be sure to go on ahead and fit it in there some other way, preferably with epoxy how I intended to originally. I should hold that in there. And the ball is secured. Not my original plan, but if it ever comes out, I'll be sure to let you guys know, and then I'll do it the right way. Well, the way I originally planned to do it. But I'm pretty sure that as I use it, it's gonna dig in more anyway, so I don't know, should be good. All right, so before I go on ahead and start using it, let's go over how it actually works. So pretty much we're gonna call this flat plane a regular knife. You know, you got it nice and flat. And whenever you heat treat, sometimes you'll start getting a curve into it in certain places because heat treats just work like that. Sometimes you get it perfectly straight for whatever reason, normally because it's properly tempered and cycled beforehand. But sometimes you can't get around it, especially the thinner you go when prior to heat treat. So when you have your knife and it's warped like that, you're not gonna hit on this side to make it to straighten it out. You're actually gonna hit on this side. So you're gonna hit on the inside, and as you're hitting it, you're making small little divots. And these little divots, because the carbide is harder than the steel, on average your steel is around 65, 66 hardness, depending on what steel you're using, but anywhere between 60, 65, 66. And these carbide balls are anywhere from 69 to 80 Rockwell. So as you're making these little divots in here, every time you hit it, and it takes multiple times, but it's easy to overdo it, this is actually stretching out the material this way. So as you're stretching out the material, it's gonna just slowly bend back down as you go until you have a nice straight knife again. Hopefully that makes sense. But if you overdo it, you might start like this and end up like this from hitting it over too much, and it'll banana to the other side. So it's a fine line of hitting it and bending it and hitting it, bending back. If you go too far, flip it over, hit the other side. It's pretty simple. So here I have my cleaver. As you can tell, it's pretty warped. I'm gonna start working it in this area, and we'll go from there and try to straighten it out. Alright guys, so the top got a lot straighter significantly. Towards the end it actually thins down a little bit. So I can't really straighten it more because it's just thinner. But overall the top looks good. The bottom still needs more work. It has a little bit more curve here. But that's going to have to wait for the video where I actually finish this guy. But as you can see, it definitely dents into it, and it's definitely... This one's going to be more work than your average one. This one's just all kinds of fucked up. But it definitely works, and I'm very, very happy with the result of this guy. I'm just going to have to keep working on this guy, on this cleaver, because it's all kinds of out of whack. But I do want to finish it because it is 1,000 layers of Damascus in here, so I don't want that to go to waste. If you want to make your own hammer, I have some Amazon affiliate links to the stuff. It doesn't charge anymore. It just gives me a little kickback whenever you buy anything from Amazon. So if you want to click on those links, get any parts or get anything you need, just go through that link, and Amazon will give me a kickback, and I would really appreciate that. It helped me get more stuff for the shop and more materials. If you found any part of this video entertaining or helpful, especially in saving money or whatever, be sure to let me know in the comments down below. I am sorry I wave my hands around so much. I'm going to try to stop doing that. Thank you very much for watching. I greatly appreciate y'all, and I'll catch y'all next one. Peace.